Yes. One side, right, on the left side, write shapes. Just divide.
How? With a line.
And yeah.
Okay.
And on the right side, write forms.
Form? I totally can't understand it, ma'am.
So we will first draw a normal square. I want you all to draw a very general square, just a small square like this. Just draw a freehand square.
Using a ruler.
No, normally freehand. Yeah, a small one. Freehand square, small one, no need to use a ruler. Now below shapes, write down 2D. Over here, below shapes, write down 2D. 2D means two-dimensional or two-dimensional. Yeah. Now square is a two-dimensional shape?
Yes.
Correct. Marshi, correct. Now over here, we have how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have added 4 lines in order to make a square. Right?
So do we have to write that? Or
Yes, please just put 4 ticks on the 4 sides and write down 4 lines.
dots?
Anything is fine. Same thing happens for a rectangle.
Ma'am, I'm copying it.
Same thing happens for a rectangle. Yes, please do that, dear. Good. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not so. Ma'am, can you wait for me? I'm making the rectangle.
Sure. I'll wait.
Four corners.
Correct. Let's make a circle.
Ma'am, just typing rectangle a bit. Ma'am, circle or oval?
No, just draw a circle first. Below circle, draw an oval.
Ma'am, is it fine if we do a bit up and...
Yes, absolutely.
I need to see the rectangle. Ma'am, can you go up a bit?
Yes, my dear.
Yes, ma'am. Auntie, after rectangle, circle.
Yes.
Wait. Ma'am, can you write the names in chat?
Sure.
Ma'am, I'm becoming a little slow.
No problem. Take your time. Do it slowly because this is really important. Now I have a question. We drew square, we drew rectangle, we drew an oval, we drew a circle. Now what difference do you find between the square, rectangle from oval and circle?
Well, ma'am, where has lines? The oval has curvy lines.
Okay, other than straight line and curvy line. Oh, wait. One by one. Just raise your hand. Yes, Ariana.
So much a difference between square, the rectangle, and the circle and the oval would be the circle and the oval are one curvy line, but the square and the rectangle are 4 straight lines.
Absolutely correct. Any other difference that we see over here?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, go ahead, Jia.
There's like this difference that in oval we don't find any lines, but in rectangle the lines that we have with square is same 4 lines, but in the rectangle the sleeping lines are little extended.
They are longer. Yes, correct. Okay. Any other difference, Arika?
Ma'am, in the circle and the oval, they have only curved lines, and the square and the rectangle, they have 4 straight and sleeping.
Right. So we have understood this, that square and rectangle have got only straight lines, like 4 straight lines, whereas the oval and the circle has got only curvy lines. Now, is there any other difference that we are seeing? Yes, Jasmine, go ahead.
Ma'am, can you keep the camera down? We can't.
Now I see one more difference.
The corners.
Exactly. Very good, Mayuk.
The corners.
The corners. Now this is a square. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But curvy, circle and oval have no corners.
Absolutely correct. Now a square and a rectangle have got corners. Now let's say if I draw a triangle over here. Now let's say I draw a triangle over here. Triangle has got 3 straight lines and 3 corners. How do we get the corners?
By the lines joining.
At the intersection point of the lines joining. Whoa, whoa, everybody's talking together. One by one. Correct, Maharshi. Correct. Correct. So where the 2 lines meet, a corner is created. Now in drawing terminology or in drawing language, we don't say corners. We say edges.
I said that.
Edges. E-D-G-E-S. Go ahead.
The angle.
Correct. The angles. Right. Manvita, correct.
And what's the spelling of triangle?
T-R-I-A-N-G-L-E. Angle. Because, yes, Adrish, go ahead.
Now I have a doubt about this shape.
Go ahead.
My doubt is in this shape, I know we learned about lines, corners, and edges, but what are angles?
What are angles? Correct. Angles are something in which you draw a particular thing. For example, if I go to these shapes. Okay. Now, this is called 90-degree angle.
Okay.
Okay. This is 45-degree angle.
Oh, ma'am, now I get it now. So this where
This is 180-degree angle, which is straight. Circles and ovals are 360-degree angle.
And ma'am, now I understand. So the place where the 2 lines were joining lower angle.
Yes, so the kind of shape, the kind of form, the kind of design it makes, it is in how much degree an angle, which you will learn as you move ahead in your school grades, and you will get a complete understanding in mathematics of it for degrees and angles. See, if I try...
So corners, edges, and angles are all same.
It differs. See, now for triangle, if you notice, it is more like a slanting line and a sleeping line. Whereas for a square and a rectangle, it is slanting, it is standing and sleeping. Correct? So the angle that the slanting line is making is different from the degree of the angle which is being made for a square and a rectangle.
Okay.
Yes or no? Because here in this, we are making standing and sleeping. So it is an angle like this. Whereas for a triangle, when I have to make, I make a slanting angle, slanting line. So you see that I'm cutting it into half.
Yes, no.
This was full. Now I'm just cutting that into half.
Ma'am, when you put your head like this, it looks like a pyramid.
Yes, when you put your head like that, it looks like a pyramid. Correct. So now understood? Okay, understood? So now we will move to forms today. We will convert the shapes that we drew yesterday. We will convert that into forms. Yes, Keshu, tell me.
We learned about angle is not straight, and the angle
Correct. 90-degree angle is called a right angle. Right angle. Correct.
The straight line requires a whole angle.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely correct. But as I said, there are few of us in this group who still needs to understand that because they still need to move to those grades, right? So that's why I will not get into too much of the details of angles and degrees. Okay, now I just have one question before we start with the forms. Yesterday I told you in the previous class that what are the corners called in art term?
Edges.
Edges,
Yeah.
correct.
Edges.
Yes. All right.
Edges.
Right. So now yesterday we drew a square. Now I said in order to convert a shape into a form, we need to add more lines. Right? Yes, Adrish?
Ma'am, how big is 60.5 degrees?
60.5 degrees is pretty big. I'll show you that after this. Okay? So now let's draw a normal square.
Ma'am, freehand.
Freehand. Let's go freehand. Let's get into the habit of drawing freehand.
As we used to.
Yes, as we used to.
Making very straight line with freehand.
Okay, now let us make one more square which will be little below. This is the style which I always tell you all to avoid in order to draw a cube.
Yeah, my father actually said that.
But the reason I am asking you all to draw right now so that we understand where the lines are getting added.
1 minute, ma'am. Let me
Sure,
check
sure.
out the second square.
Sure. Take it. All know. Okay, so we all know that where the lines have to be done. Ariana, you've done correct. Now what do? We join this to this. We join this point to this point. We join this one to this. And we join this to this. Now, how many lines did we add? 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Yes?
Sir.
Now,
Let it.
if it's a correct. Now, if it's a transparent cube, all the lines will be visible. Let's say it's not a transparent cube because generally when we draw, very rare it's a transparent cube. So we erase
The excess lines.
the excess lines.
Okay, so should we also erase?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Yes.
I got a pen pencil.
Yes, Janshu, tell me.
Okay. Is this cube okay? Can you
Yeah, sure.
no.
It's correct.
My camera is a little like apple.
Correct. And now erase the extra line, Janshu, so that you get the opaque cube.
Okay, so those 2 lines.
Now if you see how many lines are over here. 1, 2, 3. Initially, how many lines did we add?
4.
4.
4. If the 4th line.
Fourth line is erased because fourth line is behind. So since it's an opaque, what's an opaque object, Trika?
It's an object which is not transparent.
Correct. Through which we cannot see. Absolutely correct. So if it's an opaque object, I cannot see inside this. Yes, Ariana.
Miss, an opaque object is something that you can't see through or is one solid color.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. It's one side. It's like a box. It's like our wardrobes. It's like our, not the glass table, but the wooden table. Correct. That's correct. All right. So now, if I have to draw this cube without the extra square that I drew, So we get to know exactly how many lines are getting added. Okay, now beside this, let's draw one more square. Okay. Now we are going to convert this into a cube. Yes, Adrish?
Ma'am, my doubt is that don't we usually in art don't we do the cubes in a different way?
That's what we are going to do now. That's what we are going to do now.
So when it goes to be the mathematics square and the art square.
Yes. See, this one.
Square, okay.
Yes, Gia, that's correct. See, this one we did because we needed to understand how many lines are actually getting added. Now, before. Yes, absolutely. Now, before we add lines to this square, I want you all to understand one thing. 1, 2, and 3. Are these lines all not slanting in the same manner?
Yes, ma'am.
The slant is same, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So while we are adding lines to this, we have to make sure that our slants are same. Equal. Because it's a square which is getting converted into cube. So all the sides have to be equal. So I'm going to add. Correct. So I'm going to add a line here, a slanting line here. Now, whatever is the angle of the slant over here will be the same slant angle over here. Yes.
I have a bit less space on this side.
So you can draw it on the other side. So you can draw below that. Yeah. Now, the second thing, if you see, this line has to be parallel to this line. Okay. Now, I draw another slant line from here, which will be of the same angle as this one. My slant cannot go here. My slant cannot go very little or very steep. It has to be exactly of the same angle.
Ma'am, how did you do the other side angle?
How much of a slant I did here, I did the same slant here. Remember, I had taught you all to draw on air. Yes. So you draw here, then you take your pencil on top of it, goes like this. Just bring your pencil here, draw here in the same way. So when you draw on air, you get the same angle. And that is when we don't even have to erase or do anything. But I need to erase here a little bit because I drew an extra line to show you all that we are not supposed to do that.
Miss, I was not there, so
So I'll do that session one more time about how to draw in air. That's a very interesting session actually. We just draw in air. It's like you're moving your hand in air and then trying to figure out the angles. Adrish, correct. So now how many lines did we add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in general, 5 lines are added in order to convert a square into a cube. Same will go with the cuboid also. So can we go ahead and draw a cuboid too? Yes, Adrish, go ahead.
I doubt that now that we've drawn the cube, won't there be a little less space?
Yes, there will be.
So then we'll have to draw cuboid small.
No, you can draw it below that. Or we can move to the next page. Or you can draw a little small also, not a problem.
Okay. Ma'am,
Correct. So here also I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 lines added for a cube, 5 lines added for a cuboid. Yes? Yes.
Can I draw the cuboid in the middle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Like a face?
Like a face, yes. Now the trick is how to convert a round object into a 3D form.
What form is it? A 3D what?
A 3D form. Okay. Yes, Marshi.
T-O-N-D.
FORM. Okay.
3D form.
Now first let's draw the circle.
Remember space with the cuboid, a little space. Can I draw a circle there?
Absolutely. Now this is the circle. Where do I add lines in this?
I have a little space over here for connect.
You can do it over there. Now tell me, where do I add line in this?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. So how do I make the difference between this and this? Yes. Now tell me, how do I bring the difference between the two circles?
There's no difference.
Absolutely. See, in square, in cube, square we added lines, became a cube. Rectangle we added lines, became a cube. Chalo, even in triangle, we have a triangle here.
Yes, ma'am.
I can add another line over here to make it into a pyramid.
We'll have to draw a curvy line.
Yes. 1 second, Arya. So I add lines over here, it becomes a cuboid. Sorry, becomes a pyramid. I draw another triangle here. And I add a little curvy line here, it becomes like a clown's face or a party hat or a cone for that matter. What do we do over here? Okay, Aryahi says we can add curvy lines. But Aryahi, where do we add curvy lines?
Inside.
Have you ever seen a round object having curvy lines?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one? Tell me. Tell me the name, like which object have you seen that has got curvy lines, in which has got lines added to it, in which, even if the answer is wrong, it's okay. That's how we learn. Tell me.
A ball.
Ball doesn't have an additional line, beta. What lines the ball has is the design on it. Yes, Darsh.
Ma'am, can you go a bit up? I am drawing a bit slow for the pyramid.
Yes, Adrish?
Ma'am, sorry for not taking up my hand.
Okay, no worries. Right. So, have we ever seen a line added to a round object? Not for design purpose, but to make it into a bulky shape. No, right?
Ma'am, should we also make the pyramid?
Yes. So now let me show you all the difference. That how a round object gets converted from 2D into a 3D. Go back to your shapes. Now when it's a shape, I just shade it. Shape is what? 2D, correct? We all agree to that? That means it is a flat object. So I just shade it horizontally or vertically, but not curvy.
Then we have to get shading.
Yes. Yes.
3D.
Correct.
Should we shade? See, how are you coloring so fast? I can't even see the
That's okay. So I want everybody to shade with me. Just shade horizontally. Just horizontally. Don't make curve or anything. Okay?
Auntie, on the 4 circle or the number down circle?
In the 2D one. The one that we drew yesterday. The one that we drew yesterday.
That means the 4 one.
The 4 one, yes.
Actually, my one curvy line got erased. Can you tell the spelling of curvy?
Yes, CURVY. VY.
I is not there. I.
No. So it's a flat. It looks like flat, right? It looks like as if somebody has taken out air from inside of the ball.
And fell down.
Yeah, it's like a punctured ball or a punctured tire,
Yeah.
right? Is everybody following till here?
I'm still shaded.
Yeah, but has everybody understood till here? Okay. Now I want y'all. Yes, Keshu.
Is this okay?
Yes.
Move to that. Ma'am, see. I understand. See.
Correct. So what you said, it is inflated and flat. Correct. But we have to make it look like inflated, right?
Yeah.
That is where the challenge is, and that is where everybody goes little bit. We all end up doing mistake. Now, how did we shade the shape? We shaded straight, horizontal, which gave us a look of flat, punctured tire or a ball. In the form, in order to convert, so please understand this part. This is the most important part of converting any round object into a 3D or a realistic kind of a look object, right?
Or forms.
Or forms for that matter, correct. So what do? The flat shading over here starts going in curve. Now the second thing that I want you all to notice is when I'm shading from the corner or I'm coloring from the corner, I'm not coming like this. I'm going like this. So, yes, I'm doing a tick mark. I'm doing a tick mark.
But it's going in the curve, then going to the straight.
Yes.
Upside down tick mark.
Correct. Upside down tick mark. Yes. Like a mirror image tick mark.
I don't shade it. I did that, ma'am.
Anyways, beta, right now just do it. Right now we are not following the light source. So we are just going with the normal one. So as we are, yes, Janshu.
So it's like this.
Yes. So see, since we are going curve, I am getting it also curve. Now same thing from the other side. I'm gonna go like this.
It's like
Please.
darkness is falling.
Correct. Please notice one thing. I haven't shaded on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason is because over there the shading will go slight different. Shading or coloring both are to be done in the same method, huh?
Okay. Auntie, ये देखिए.
दिखाइए. Correct है. But I haven't shaded on the top, Janshu, yet. Yes, that's correct. Janshu, that's correct.
Mom, you disagree?
Yes, Adrish.
If we shift the top, ma'am, it would look like it's going from all 3 sides down. Like.
No, so I'm going to show you how we are going to shade on the top. Now the center part, which is left, I'm just going to go like this, like a U. From left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left. So this kind of also blends my both the sides. And since I'm going curvy, it gives me a round effect.
Now the whole place. The whole middle place.
The whole middle place, yes.
Oh, it looks like a baby panda.
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't.
Now, what do we do on the top to make it look? It looks like a little moon, like a baby panda, yes. Now on the top.
Like, a spot.
Correct. Now on the top, I'm going to shade in this direction. On the direction of the top line. Yes. So I'm going to go like this. Okay. And please notice here. Here I'm going slight curve like this. Here, like this.
It's like the ulta.
So I'm going to make a small oval over here inside. And I'm going to go like this.
Oh, Mama, you can understand which way is upside down.
I know.
It's like we're blending a little.
Yes.
We're not blending a little. Look at mine. Yeah, we're like.
You said we see lines in the balls, right? It's this lines. Right, my dear?
Looks like a pumpkin. I did colors inside.
But Aryahi and to others, to everybody, I would like to tell one thing. These lines are not getting added to your, it's not getting added outside the object. It is on the object. Whereas in a cube or a rectangle or a triangle or a square, the lines are getting added around it, not in it. So, yeah, so yeah, that's okay. I mean, it was just an example. Yes. Now, shall we try the oval?
Mama, I'm not done yet. Can you wait?
Sure.
Ma'am, what will we name this one?
Alright, so we understood that how we converted a round object into a 3D or a realistic kind of a look. Now in oval, let's get a shape wherein this part is on the top and this appears to be down, like a rock. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, over here, I'm going to make a line like this. I'm going to make a semicircle kind of a line or a semi-oval over here. Okay, like a semi-oval. Now in this, I will not be coloring like this, like how I colored in this. Yes. In this, the coloring or the shading will be coming from top to down. But the point to keep in mind over here is not to come vertically down. Instead, come curvy vertical. So see, like this. So I am going in this way. But I'm going close together. So I am basically following the shape of the oval's curve. Yes, Shaurya, tell me.
It's like a moon.
It's like a moon, yes.
Why is it not coming from me like a moon?
It will come, don't worry. It will also look like your small Bluetooth speakers. Okay, listen. When you're shading from the right side, the curve should be like this. But when you're shading from this side, okay, it should go in the opposite direction. And when you come towards the center, I would want you all to see very carefully that how I am going to blend the two sides, the left and the right.
Just wait and just.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
It's hard. Ma'am, so in the middle, see a small gap. Ma'am, in the middle, we need to give a small gap.
Yes.
Ma'am, look at my 3D.
Yeah. It has to go more curvy, Janshu. Make it little more curvy.
Which one?
The curves of the oval over here, the shading curves, just make them little bit more curvy. It's looking little straight. Yes, those. Yes, those.
This line?
Yes. Okay, now see, as I am approaching in the center,
Ma'am, I realized something here.
tell me.
The thing that I realized is, for the curve, there are like the Bluetooth speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Those cards, the more inside we go, the more less curve they come.
Correct. Now see, as I approach over here in this part, Keshu, correct. My curves will start becoming little straight.
Because it's starting to meet in the center.
Absolutely correct.
Like in the apple basket.
Like how we color the apples and the fruits, or any fruit for that matter, even the apple basket. Absolutely correct.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Right? Now this also looks like a table or a chair, cushion or something of that sort. If I add a line over here and just make this part dark, it will look like a cushion also.
Like a cookie as well.
Like a cookie as well, correct.
A cookie cushion, a cookie cushion.
Cookie cushion, yeah.
And like the cookie print on the cushion.
Yeah.
Ma'am, remember like someone took a huge cookie? Does it also look like a cookie? See the circle, ma'am, how we color. It looks like we are using question marks to color.
Yes, correct.